Hem arribat a los 40 Rufientes. Ja estem aquí. Veieu? 21 nusos de velocitat. 27 nusos de vent. Tota màquina. Això és el sud. Què tal, Didac? Com va per aquí?
Passejant.
Passejant.
Passejant pel sud.
Fred. La capota què? L'enteniria bé o què, la capota?
Sí, tinc la visera, que és la mà.
Aquí al fons tenim un albatros. A veure si se'ns acosta. Està aquí planejant, baixant les onades, ara puja cap aquí una mica. A veure si ens està saludant. Definitivament ja som al sud. Copa sol, cel gris, vent, onades i nevades.
Looking at today's 3D animation, then we can see Chimney Pujala sailing that relatively straight course, almost directly east. Neutrogena down up against the exclusion zone, really paralleling the wall as it were, as much as possible, jibing north there. Fortunately, the exclusion zone's not marked on the animation, but they jibed about 20 miles north of the exclusion zone, sailed about 50 miles further north, and then jibed again. Gaia's doing much the same kind of thing, mirroring the actions of Neutrogena, and you can see next to Cape of Good Hope will be Renault Captur. We are water going nice and fast in these strong northwesterlies. One planet, one ocean, just a little bit slower, and looking back there, Spirit of Hungary coming down in a more southwesterly breeze just now, allowing them now to get a nice fast reaching conditions for them. So this morning's ranking, 9 o'clock this Wednesday the 28th, Chimney Pujala, Bernard Stamm and Jean Le Cam have extended once again on Neutrogena out to 180 miles ahead. Sailed 364 miles in the 24 hours up till 9 o'clock this morning. VMG 14.6 versus 12.8 for Neutrogena, and Chimney Pujala quickest this morning 17.8 knots. Meantime, we are water going well still, averaging 17.5 knots up until 9 o'clock this morning, and a good 15.9 VMG for 24 hours is very strong for them and the best in the fleet for the 24 hours up until 9 o'clock this morning. Spirit of Hungary 12.3 knots roughly just now, getting down a little more south, 109 degrees they're sailing, and average of 13 knots over the last 24 hours.
Okay, now we are in a northwesterly flow, very well, quite strong, with between 25 and 30 knots steady, and with some squalls. But we are doing a good gap to going to Buena Esperanza, Good Hope, yes. And we know that we will have to pass the front, but we don't know yet when do we have to pass it. So after the front, then the situation will be different.
You and Willie have ever been in the Southern Ocean. What are your impressions? How does it feel?
Yeah, to be honest, I think that we haven't had yet the typical conditions of Southern Ocean, all the typical conditions, because up to now we have had only rear wind with quite strong, with grey and a lot of clouds, but not too much rain, and we haven't passed yet front, so. But to be honest, we are very, very excited because this is the first time that we are here. We were very we wanted to be here once in our life, so we are there, and despite it's humid and cold, we are happy. I segurament, o sigui, jo crec que encara ens espera alguna pitjor, perquè per ara no està sent, està sent dur, evidentment, i mullat i humit, però el barco respon molt bé. És com un aligi molt fort i molt humit i molt fred. Tenim petites cosetes que no ens funcionen a nivell sobretot d'electrònica, de posta a punt, però bueno, jo crec que sense elles també hem pogut fer fins aquí, jo crec que és probable que tirem així. Després del que és veles i així, la veritat és que anem molt bé, vull dir, estem encara descobrint els settings de moltes coses, però el barco va molt bé.
So for positions 5, 6 and 7, well, it is definitely We Are Water, which is going best just now. They have the strongest conditions just in front of the frontal system, and that's giving them nice fast speeds, but really not quite the wind speeds that you would expect, nor the temperatures yet of the southern oceans. We Are Water down in the 40s at 41 degrees south, but Bruno Garcia and Willie Garcia have not been down here before, and they certainly said on the radio call this morning that they had been looking forward to being down in the south, but so far conditions not quite as they'd expected, as opposed to hoped for, but overall good conditions for them just now. This front will probably catch them a little bit, and that will bring some stronger winds. But certainly they have got the best wind conditions of the entire fleet just now, and slightly flatter water probably just racing in front of the front. They should close a little bit on Renault Captur perhaps. One Planet, One Ocean are now 510 miles behind We Are Water, and One Planet, One Ocean 635 miles back to Spirit of Hungary. Spirit of Hungary still coming down towards the 40s, not quite there yet, and speeds for them fairly moderate, fairly modest, around about 12 to 13 knots. Looking at We Are Water in a little bit more detail, say we spoke with Bruno Garcia this morning in 4 languages as usual for Bruno, very, very intelligent skipper. But he was just saying that so far that it's a little bit more like the trade winds, but colder. And he did say again that this is an area that his brother and he had long looked forward to being and experiencing at least once in their life. And We Are Water going very well just now.
It's less tough than I thought at the beginning. The waves are pretty high. Yesterday we had something like between 20 and 30 knots of wind all the time. But it's not that cold. It was much colder 2 days before, so at the moment the Grand Street is in holiday mode. So quite really pleasant sailing here. What we do at the moment it's reaching with the coast, with the reacher up. So we are something like now 500 miles behind Gaius. And we hope that in the next 8 days we can close the gap a little bit, because we think they will run into more into the high pressure system than us. So I hope we can do some catch up there. Coming back into the match for the third place would be nice. Well, I mean, it's not actually really cold at the moment. I think it will be more or less come when we go deeper into the Indian Ocean. At the moment, it's quite pleasant at the moment.
J'ai l'impression que oui quand même, parce que finalement ça fait un mur tout du long du sud, et quelque part dans quelques jours par exemple on va avoir l'anticyclone de Mascarenhs qui est assez important, qui va nous barrer la route, et peut-être que s'il y avait eu des ports ça aurait été plus simple, mais écoute c'est comme ça, les règles sont faites comme ça, on les a acceptées, et pour l'instant, ça ne nous gêne pas outre mesure. Maintenant, il faudra faire le point après la course. On n'y pense pas vraiment, mais c'est vrai que c'est un moment particulier parce que ça fait partie des 3 caps importants à passer pour faire ce tour du monde. C'est le bout d'Afrique, l'Afrique du Sud, et c'est l'entrée dans les 40e, tout ça. Donc c'est une signification de rentrer dans des contrées un peu plus hostiles et où il y a pas grand monde. On y est, hein. Ça fait 3 jours qu'on est dans les 40e.
D'accord.
On a les albatros qui nous suivent la journée, la mer est très formée.
So conditions still fairly moderate for the leaders just now. Chamonix Pujola, Neutrogena, Gaius and Renault Captur, all going fairly steadily, fairly well. Wind speeds up to about 30, 35 knots at the very most, generally 20 to 25. Conditions fairly moderate for the Southern Ocean, as Jorg Riechers and Sebastian Ordegan were telling us this morning. Jorg described it as holiday season, really. Not quite what he was expecting for his first trip into the Big South. Not feeling too short-changed, though, I don't think, so far, and he knows that it will get tougher. He said that he felt that Gaius Centris Auditivus will run into the high-pressure ridge, which is extending down from the north, and that will affect Gaius a little bit more than Renault Captur. Renault Captur coming along with a stronger breeze, and he is hoping then there should be some compression for them. Meantime, Chamonix Pujola still going east at good speeds, but they too are running into lighter breezes, I think, ahead. Neutrogena may start to profit again a little bit more from their southerly track, but their position still bangs them up against the exclusion zone, which is an issue for them all the time. It will be interesting to see what the feedback is that on that is afterwards. Gaius Centris Auditivus making good speeds just now, fairly steady, but Jorg Riechers also saying that they do have definitely designs on third place. It should be possible for them, but at the moment they are 600 miles behind. And that is a long-term project. He said in about 8 days then they might start to see some profit.
Situation for the competitors for today. The leaders are very close to longitude of Crozet. They are situation between the Antarctic exclusive zone and the high pressure in the north. So for Neutrogena obliged to jibe with more wind from west, and a little advantage for Chamonix Pujola with more southwest, so he can do a good reaching to the point at the longitude of Crozet. So it will be tomorrow at midday, and for Neutrogena it could be in the evening. So maybe a difference of 8-9 hours between two boats at the longitude of Crozet. About Gaius is the same thing, very close to the Antarctic exclusive zone, so obliged to do a few jibe with a good wind from west and a good condition to go in the Indian Ocean. About Renault Captur is still very close to Cape Bonne Espérance now, so of good speed, and one jibe very close to the exclusive zone too, and it will now go to the north, to the northeast to go there. The next slide. The next slide for We Are Water is still in a very strong northwest with very good condition of reaching to go to Cape of Bonne Espérance. So very good condition to him with speed around 18, 19 knots. So very speedboat for this one directly to the Indian Ocean. About Oppo, it's a little bit different. The wind is more west, so obliged to jibe, and he will go with 2 or 3 jibe to Cape Bonne Espérance with a more moderate wind. About Spirit of Hungary is still in good condition. He will pass very close to Gough Island, about around 50 miles under Gough Island, and he has a good speed to go to the 40s.